Hi guys, it's Anne here, and today's video is my how much did I spend in 2019 on beauty. I won't delay you any further. You're here for the big number. We'll get into details after if you're interested in those details, but the big number is $3,119.62 Canadian. That is what I spent in 2019 on beauty. If you're curious, in comparison to 2018, I spent $2,439.50. So, look on my face, probably shows the $3,000 is too much for my preference. Now, everyone's going to be different, so $3,000 might be like a ridiculous amount, like low, and it might be really high. I have no idea, but for my personal preference, it's a little too high for what I'm comfortable with. I already posted my 2020 budget number, and that cap is $1,500, so it's exactly half almost of what I spent in 2019, and that's kind of where some of what that number came from. Was the $3,000 was more than I was comfortable with. I ended up spending about $680 more in 2019 versus 2018, and that wasn't what I intended. I had thought, even though in 2018 I was a bit more sort of on top of my spending, I was doing like a monthly recap video of what I purchased each month, so it helped me be pretty mindful of what I was buying. I thought, in 2019 I can probably sort of toe that line, and I obviously did not. And I knew by about October that I was going to be more, and I kind of just threw in the towel at that point. I didn't totally throw in the towel. I probably could have just spent way more in the last few months of 2019. But I kind of just accepted, like, you know what, you're going to be around the $3,000 mark. Just get over it. So I apologize, I'm going to look down a lot, but I'll put charts on the screen so you can see charts instead of just the top of my head. The first chart I want to put up is the spend by month. I'm always curious to see how I spend by month. And you'll see the months that are the highest are May, August, and November. I wonder what happens in those months. That would be the Sephora sale. So obviously my spending trends with the Sephora sale, which is probably not a good thing. It's probably a good thing that I'm saving money. But clearly I am using the sale to probably purchase more than I need to. I also really like to look at the spend by category, and obviously this year the biggest category was makeup at $1,700, and then the next was skincare at around $760. So while that is a bit high, I'm not too upset about the skincare being that high because I have been focusing a bit more on skincare the past couple of years, and I know I've needed to maybe spend a bit more on skincare to figure out what's going to work for me or not work for me. So it's a bit of a journey right now, but I think, I don't think you need to buy high-end products, but I think, again, I've been focusing on changing up my routine and adding things that my skin needs. And I think it's working. My skin definitely is a lot better than it has in previous years. Tools is also really high at around $400. One is because of the NuFace device attachment, which I have barely used, hence why the NuFace is in my project pan, which I know it's a bit weird, but if you watch my project pan, you'll see what that is and why that is. And I've also bought a lot of brushes this year, which again, I'm not too mad about because I like what I've bought, most of them anyway, and I've needed them. I've definitely needed to sort of increase my brush game. And again, a lot of them were not very expensive. Like I did buy a lot of low-end ones as well. So I think it's just trying to find that brush style and shape that works for you. And I think I found some really good ones this year. Fragrance is always low. For some people, this one would probably be a higher category, but I just don't really wear perfume. And I don't spend a lot of money on it. So that's why that's low. The two little tail ends there with other and personal care. The other is the lash serum from the Luxbox. I just didn't know what category to put that in. And then personal care is the razor from the top box. So I normally don't include like razors or shaving cream in this. I do include things like shampoo and conditioner because I tend to spend more on those. If I was just buying like the basic shampoo and conditioner, like the same one all the time, I maybe would consider that more of like a regular necessity, kind of like razors and shaving cream. I hope that makes sense why I include some things and not other things. I mean, Where do you draw the line at beauty and personal hygiene? I don't know. That's where I draw the line. I also think it's kind of fun to look at the percentage of spend by category. So makeup made up 56%, so over half, which I feel like that was a lot. Like I bought a lot of makeup. And skincare was about a quarter, which I'm cool with that. Skincare being a quarter makes sense. And tools is fairly high up there at about 13%. 13%. Hair care is really low. I'm not sure why hair care is as low as it is, other than I don't need to buy conditioner for like years. And I feel like I've gotten a lot of like hair care products in subscription boxes that I'm sufficient in what I have, I think. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one. But anyway, just to get into a handful of specifics on sort of counts and costs. Eyeshadow, apparently I bought about 20 eyeshadow items and the total cost was $436. So I knew I spent a lot on colored powders for my eyes. 2020 will be different, hopefully. Hopefully I will not be spending $400 on eyeshadow in 2020. One of the most expensive eyeshadow things I bought were the Clionadh eyeshadows, but again, I don't regret that. I liked that. The nude sticks were also expensive at around $60. Again, they were okay, but I've talked about that. Like, they're a nice product, but I'm not sure. I'm curious about them still and would like to try others, but I could not buy any of those this year and be okay with that. So I did pick up 7 serums this year and spent about $150. The bulk of that would be the Good Molecules serum. And again, I found one product in that I really, really liked, which was the Super Peptides. And I liked pretty much all the other products as well. But the Super Peptides is definitely like the standout product for me. In my list, I have 12 mascaras, and I spent almost $100 on that. Part of that is the waterproof mascara video that I think I've mentioned about like 10 times now. I swear it's filmed and partially edited. I just have to get my butt in gear and finish that one. And then I feel like I got a lot of mini mascaras in like subscription things and whatnot. Lipsticks. Let's talk about, or just lip products in general. So last year I did a whole video on this. I don't think I want to do that this year, but I added 32 lip items. That's too many. Now, I know a number of them did come in the subscription boxes, so I don't really have a whole lot of control over that, although I somewhat do because I did pick a couple of things specifically. I have a problem. So I added apparently 7 lip balms, 4 lip glosses, 2 lip liners, 3 lip oils, 9 lipsticks, that's too many, and 7 liquid lipsticks, that's too many as well. Looking at counts overall by category, so makeup was the category that I bought the most from. I have apparently 124 items in makeup, and second would be 73. So now one thing I want to mention is counts. Counts are somewhat rounded. If I counted every individual item, it will be higher. For example, I counted nude sticks as 1 item because I got it in a kit. So I pretty much included, if something was in a kit, I pretty much included that like as 1, just because it makes my life easier in terms of the spend tracking. It means my count tracking is not exactly perfect, but the count is close enough, or gives a general idea, at least I think. I'm more concerned about spend than count, to be honest. In total, I added about 252 items to my collection. If I look back at 2018, I added about 131 items. So I added like 120 more items this year than I did last year. So this is why I like to do this video, and this is why I'm focusing on more of a strict budget, because clearly a trend is happening. Clearly an upward trend is happening, and I want to nip that in the bud. If I'm not careful, it can get out of control. Now, I'm not a minimalist. I'm not somebody that is just going to never spend on beauty. I'm not going to go on a no-buy at any time soon. I might do what I did last year where I have like no-buy months. It's just not practical for me. I know myself. This is what I spend money on. Some people spend money on eating out. Some people spend money on clothes or whatever. This is my thing. But I'm clearly seeing from this that I can easily let things get out of hand if I don't pay attention to what I'm doing. I also think it's fun to look at the count by month. So on average at 252 items, it's 21 items per month. But if you look at the actual month charts, August and November are the highest. November is the highest at 39. Interesting comparison here. Last year, November was also at 40. So it was much more dramatic last year that November was so high. Again, that clearly coincides with the Sephora fall sale. I am rouge. Like, I spent the $50 in December to make myself rouge for 2020, but that is it. I won't be rouge for 2021, I guess, because I just don't need to spend that kind of money. I think I can buy things at different stores for better pricing, and there's really no need for me to spend that much money at Sephora. There just really is not. That's my spend for 2019. I hope that was informative and helpful for you. I'm not sure how many other YouTubers actually talk about specifically what they spend. I did see that Jessica Braun, I think, mentioned that she spent like a couple thousand at Sephora and $1,000 at Ulta. So I was actually a bit like, oh my God, I spent almost as much as or around as much as a big YouTuber. That's probably not good. I'm not a big YouTuber. I'm just an ordinary person who likes makeup. So for me, that was kind of a bit of a reality check. I'm not sure. I know Lauren Mae Beauty did a beauty budget, and her budget style is similar to mine, although her cap is higher. She's doing, I think, $150 a month, whereas mine is about $125 a month. But yeah, I personally like doing this video, and going forward for 2020, I'm going to do what I did in 2018 and do monthly budget recaps, because I need to do that for myself. Again, what I'm comfortable spending and what you're comfortable spending might be different. I just know myself that I need to keep better track, or based on, I mean, it's only 2 years, so it's terrible trending, but based on 2 years, I can already see that it's very easy for me to go up a slippery slope in terms of adding more to my collection than I need to, or truly that I want to. I want my purchases to be more intentional and more things that I really do want. I hope this video was useful and helpful. I hope you liked it. If you did, feel free to give it a little thumbs up down below. If you haven't already, I would love it if you did subscribe to my tiny little channel here in Toronto, Canada. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye.